CKJ Crypto News. I'd like to welcome everybody to the show today. XRP Pioneers, I got a huge video. This one's going to be on the Bearableguy123 589 end of the year picture. Now this is an altered one, I will say right away. People will recognize the dot before the 5. It's the only one I could find. We got the Ripple flag on the Malta. But I don't think what's going on here is what's really going on. I believe I solved this riddle also. Now, if you guys are familiar with my channel, everybody kind of agrees that I solved 2 other Bearableguy riddles. I think this will be the 3rd one that I kind of solved, I believe, halfway. So what I'm saying here is I believe Bearableguy put this picture out basically because Ripple is working with the United Nations. This is a picture of the United Nations. I believe that Ripple technology will be mass adoption globally. It will be adopted by every one of these flags. And I also, it's really weird, a new video came out from Ripple basically showing a picture of the United Nations right here. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I believe that Ripple is dropping breadcrumbs to us the same way Bearableguy dropped breadcrumbs to us. And I think Bearableguy's been right on the money. And I will jump way out there with this one. I may catch some heat for this. But I believe the reason he's saying 589 in this pick right here is because if you take in totality of the mass adoption of Ripple XRP technology be used by every one of these nations, I believe we will see a very unprecedented price per XRP. So we'll get into the video of how I ran all this information down. We did do a live stream last night, but everybody asked me to do a summary video where we get straight to the point. So let's get this show started. I'll break it all down to you guys. First things first is you can follow me on Twitter, CKJ at CKJ Crypto News. Shout out to all the Ripple Army, the XRP Pioneers. You guys have been amazing supporting the channel. We had a lot of fun last night in the live stream. Thank you so much, guys. You are amazing. That is for sure. That's for sure. Okay, so it pretty much brings us to this right here, Better Than Cash Alliance. Ryan Zagone is our Ripple regulator who works at, who's on the advisory board at Better Than Cash Alliance. Ripple XRP with Ryan Zagone at Better Than Cash Alliance. XRP global adoption is inevitable, and I do believe that. Now up here it goes with the Federal Reserve. We're all familiar with Ryan Zagone being on the Faster Payments Task Force and the steering committee. And I said that pretty much Ryan Zagone is tied to almost every single bank there is. Now on this avenue, we're going to go on this one. I'm saying that Ripple's Ryan Zagone is tied to every nation, every country. Ripple will be the global standard. It's going to be mass adoption. That is my belief from all the research I've done. Let's get into it. Pretty much like I said, Federal Reserve up here, but that's not the only place where Ryan Zagone is representing Ripple XRP and giving it leverage for mass adoption. He is also representing Ripple at the Better Than Cash Alliance. Zagone is on the research advisory board of this organization that is based at the United Nations. At the United Nations. There's the United Nations right there, and here's all the flags. The goal of this organization is to enhance financial inclusion at a global level. What's interesting about this organization is that the memberships and its partnerships, the proof is in the partnerships that we always say on CKJ Crypto News. The Better Than Cash Alliance membership includes more than 25 countries and developing world and over 20 world organizations, including World Bank, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, among others, and it also includes the Clinton Initiative. We're going to tie this to the Clinton Initiative. We're going to tie this to Madonna's charity, which was working with Ripple. Everybody's working with Ripple. If you can think of the name, they're working with them. Like I said, it's tied to the World Bank, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And just a quick recap. Here's the other 2 riddles I did. Basically, what I was saying here is this was the Federal Reserve Castle. Here's the Federal Reserve. Here's the Federal Reserve windows. The windows. Here's the flag. There's the flag. And then if you go a little bit farther, I also said this one right here was, I found this on the Faster Payments Task Force. And this was the Bearableguy riddle. There's the black sleeve, blue sleeve, hand shaking, thumb on this side, thumb on that side, money passing hands, which means the Federal Reserve, and you know, it's tied together, the deal is done. So we did it. We had a lot of fun with the Bearableguy riddles right there. Here's a little bit about the Better Than Cash Alliance. Oh, first, hold on. Ripple did release this video right here. I thought this was really interesting.
Billions of dollars. This isn't uncommon. It's simply the cost of doing business and transaction banking.
So basically, I think Ripple is dropping a hint right
Business
there.
and transaction banking. Dollars.
There it
This
is.
isn't uncommon. It's simply the cost of doing business.
There goes the United Nations with all the flags. Pretty much Ripple dropping a breadcrumb that they are working with the world. Better Than Cash Alliance, empowering people one transaction at a time. A new report right here. The New York September, and this from 2012. The Bill Melinda Gates Foundation, Citi, Ford Foundation. This is Better Than Cash Alliance. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Ford Foundation Network, UN Capital Development Fund, and that's what they're working with. That also, the UN Capital Development Fund, U.S. Agency for International Development, and Visa Inc. Announced today the launch of the Better Than Cash Alliance, and there we go, the UN Development Fund, and Ripple technology will power that. The initiative will call on governments and development communities and private sector to adopt the use of electronic payments and programs for support people living in poverty. Now, what makes this really interesting is this was from 2012, where they're talking about electronic payments. Now, this is before Ryan Zagone started working with the Better Than Cash Alliance. But now that we know that Ripple's working with them, Better Than Cash Alliance, Clinton Develop Initiative, everybody ties into this right here. Our alliance. Here goes the members. Here's Better Than Cash Alliance right here. Here's Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And also, what do we have right here? We got the Clinton Development Initiative. They're all working with Ripple already. And that's what we're showing here. And I believe that's what Bearableguy's puzzle was saying, that the world is working with Ripple. And also, this means that Ripple has a leverage on the platform that could see it get adopted by every developing nation all across the world. Now imagine if every developing nation, every entity, the World Bank, the UN, the Federal Reserve, the Faster Payments Task Force, Coca-Cola, Visa, MasterCard, we're talking mass adoption. Why would I think Bearableguy would put the 589 prediction? Maybe he was picturing, or he already knew, that the world would be powered by Ripple. So I'm not sure what the calculations would put you at the world being powered by Ripple, but maybe somebody should do 10% of the world's estimate 10% of the world use case using Ripple technology. I wonder what number we'd come up with there. This means that Ripple has leverage on a platform that can see it get adopted by every developing nation around the world. That's because the primary problem of most developing countries, one that holds them back, is the lack of financial inclusion. Ripple XRP can offer them this because it's very cost effective and can be used to tailor solutions for the problems that many developing nations face. And that's also saying that pretty much you can use this technology for stuff we haven't even thought of, tailor solutions. Though Ryan and the influence of the G20 and the World Bank, most of these nations will adopt Ripple XRP as a primary tool for expanding the financial space amongst their people. And I do believe that. When you put this together, the influence that Ripple XRP is gaining both in the U.S. and through the Federal Reserve and most of the world through the Better Than Cash initiative, isn't hard to see why Ripple is about to take over the global finance industry. Now, basically, we have covered the Better Than Cash Alliance, and we've covered the Ryan Zagone and all his partnerships, but what piqued my interest, which I overlooked last time, is this simple line right here. He's also representing Ripple at the Better Than Cash Alliance. Zagone is on the Research Advisory Board of an organization that is based at the United Nations. So that makes sense too why Bearableguy would post this picture of the United Nations. And I do believe, maybe my belief is, they put the Ripple logo on just this flag just to show you that, hey, these nations will adopt Ripple. And, this is Malta Blockchain Island. But I think if he would have put it on every single flag, then that just would have connected the dots too much. But you can connect the dots. Dot, 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 dot. Connect the dots. Anyway, really quick before we go, I do got one more article I thought was really interesting. I found this from 2015. If you guys are familiar with, Madonna's having a fundraiser right now through Facebook and Ripple. And her fundraiser is for Malawi. Now, I found this actually, this is pretty interesting. This is from 2015, even before we knew about the Madonna relationship. Malawi takes steps to create a digital payment ecosystem. Plans to develop payment infrastructure in order to address poverty and financial inclusion were announced at the event organized by a government of Malawi with the United Nations Capital Development Fund. There we go again. Better Than Cash Alliance, Ryan Zagone, and the Mobile Money for the Poor initiative. This is huge. So there goes Malawi. I mean, I don't even have to read the whole article. I did tweet it. The article in itself says, the article in the first paragraph right here covers what we're saying. Now, you know, Malawi, Madonna's, Ripple's working with it, and Better Than Cash Alliance was already working with it. We're going to swing a full circle. We went down the rabbit hole of all the financial institutions working with Ripple. Now we went down the rabbit hole with every country, every entity working with Ripple. And here, you know, some people might say, oh, this and that, this and that. Well, here on CKJ Crypto News, my favorite thing to do is show the foundation that Ripple is building. Once you understand that foundation that Ripple has built, we know we're on the winning team. That's for sure. The proof is in the partnerships. Anyway, gotta make a quick video today, like always. But, I mean, let me show you guys just one more thing. If you go down here to members, I mean, the membership here is ridiculous. This is everybody working with Ripple. This is Better Than Cash Alliance, and Ryan Zagone's on that board. Here goes Citi. We'll just glance through about 2 or 3 of them really quick. There goes Clinton Initiative. Let me just see what names we recognize. Interbank Development, HFs, Group, Gap, Ints. Okay, nothing jumped out. Guinea, Grayman. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? MasterCard. You're going to see Visa on here. Bangladesh. Republic of India, Ethiopia, Colombia, Kenya. Mass adoption. That's what it's looking like to me. Mass adoption. That's why Bearableguy released a picture of the United Nations and all the flags. He was basically trying to tell us to listen. The world will be powered by Ripple, and if the world is going to be powered by Ripple, where would that put the price of XRP? I'm just curious. I'm not a mathematician. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for your time today. I really, really appreciate it. The CKJ coin will pop up. If you smash that coin, it will subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We do late night live streams every night. You'll be notified when we live stream. Sometimes it's 8, sometimes it's 9. It could be a little, we haven't really set a in-stone time. It's between 9 and 10. I try to be on time most of the time at 9, but some, depending on the research I'm doing, it takes a little bit longer sometimes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody's help. If you subscribe to the channel, please put in the comment what city, country, or state you're from, or let me know you subscribe. I just want to thank you personally. We're almost up to 10,000 subscribers. We're running a campaign right now on Twitter and YouTube. 10K for CKJ. We're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, and I know we will do it. Thank you guys for the support. You've been amazing. Have a wonderful day, XRP community.